Topping Voices tonight, the FBI warns that texts between Apple and Android devices could be intercepted by hackers. But there are ways to protect yourself. Earlier today, I spoke with security expert Holly Hubert, the founder of Global Security IQ and retired FBI agent with 25 years of experience.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Voices. Really want to let people know what's going on because, as we just discussed, it's something that could be concerning for a lot of people. And it's bringing up the question, is it safe to text? So just give me the background on what exactly is going on here.
Well, on Tuesday, the FBI and the CISA, which is an agency that monitors cybersecurity, it's a government agency, they made a joint announcement that some Chinese hackers actually penetrated a few of the telecom carriers, major telecom carriers. So of major concern, it's my understanding that at this point, they're still trying to mitigate the issue and really don't know the full expanse of the threats yet.
These threats, of course, are scary to think about, especially when it's something that folks do every single day, right? Like we text pretty much all day long. Could you break down what this means versus iPhone and Android and what kind of phone you have?
If you use an iMessage, if you have an iPhone and you're an iMessage user and you actually send an iMessage to another Apple user, that is a point-to-point encrypted communication. As long as you're texting, as long as you're using iMessage and going to another iPhone. So it's point-to-point, Apple to Apple, those are encrypted. Likewise, it is my understanding that Google also provides encryption for point-to-point text messaging. As long as it's a Google user, it's an Android to Android. If you're going Apple to Android, you should know that that is an open text. It is not encrypted.
What's the danger there, right? So if you're, texting someone, you have an iPhone, they have an Android, and it's not encrypted, you're sending messages, what could happen if, someone gets a hold of that?
So the danger really is a theft of your information. It's a data leak. Someone could conceivably read that message. It can be intercepted. So depending on what you're saying, if you don't care, you don't care. But if you're at work, let's say you work in healthcare or you work in a law office and you're sending corporate data back and forth or data that's personal to you. For example, we wire money. If you're texting banking instructions, I really don't recommend you do that. You just have to be careful about what you're texting and to whom and to how.
What can people do in their day-to-day to protect themselves?
In their day-to-day, I would recommend that people, if they're going to message, if you're going to message, like I said, an Apple user, and you're going iMessage to iMessage, those are encrypted comms. If you're just text messaging and you don't know what kind of phone the other person has, you should probably use Signal or the WhatsApp platform.
Yeah, and the FBI sending out this warning, of course, I think it puts a lot of people on alert. Is this something that we're seeing more often, hacking and folks trying to steal information and our information kind of being up for grabs here?
Absolutely, it is something that I don't think Taylor will ever stop. And just when you have one methodology and one platform that's been compromised, I think hackers scramble and try to find the next thing that they can break.
It's about thinking twice. I think for most of us, it's so easy, right? Oh, I'll just shoot up a text. I'll just send the information right over. But maybe it's having a second thought before I send that text message. Maybe I should think about how I'm sending this.
Absolutely, Taylor. It's that old-fashioned tip that we've been giving for years in the cyber realm, that think before you click, think before you push send.